Are you recording? Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Connected Conversation series. And today I am honored and excited to welcome Anne Simone. So thank you so much for joining us, Anne.
Thank you for having me.
So Anne, I really love your story, your life story, your journey or evolution of yourself personally and professionally. Can you share with us your journey? How did you become a coach from where you were before, which is, so interesting.
Okay, so thank you first of all, and it's a long story, so we're going to make it short. But well, I started off with 16 years serving in the military, in the Norwegian Armed Forces, in the army, cavalry, did green service out in the fields. And now I am a meditation and empowerment coach, and I help people, I help women to really lean back and enjoy life. So it's two quite opposites. And what took me there, I think I was good earlier in life to follow that inner guidance, even though I chose very differently than a lot of my peers. So I was at the right spot when I joined the military, and I learned a lot. But at some point, I was finished with it and I needed to move on, or I got to move on. So I chose to. And then I didn't know what to do, but eventually I ended up in yoga and self-development, and I ended up coaching other people. So I've been working with yoga and meditation and that inner work and the more spiritual side of life for the last 8 years. Oh, 10, 15. Oh my God. Yeah.
Surprise. No, I absolutely love it. Like, what I'm just really interested in, what was because I see the Navy or the military and meditation, like it's literally, it doesn't go together in my head, in my vision. So what was the switch for you? Like, how did you get into it? Did you feel you needed more, I don't know, calm, let's say, when you started with meditation and yoga, or like the inner work, finding the peace within yourself? Or that is my vision of when I think of yoga, meditation. Like, how did you get into it from this sort of background?
Yeah, that's a good question, and it's an important question because I was kind of forced into it. Because when I was in the military for many years, I felt like I needed to do something else, but I clinged on to that economical safety it was to have a job, a paid job. So instead of making the leap and doing something different or getting like coaching on it or anything, I just, stayed with that fear of not having an income every month. So and after some years with this, I was totally burned out. I really wore myself out going to a job that I was actually done with. So in that process of being totally worn out, totally burned out, I finally, showed up and got some support, and she was like, okay, you need to start meditating. So the first thing she told me to do was meditating. So, and that helped me so much. So it really got me from not being able to take care of myself at all. I didn't go to work anymore. I was, mostly at home. And the meditation took me to the next step where I could start getting clarity on what I wanted and start taking care of myself, start going on the wrong path because I needed to change direction. So I was kind of forced to do something, and somebody just like handed me the meditation, and I just felt how much that did for me.
Yeah, that is incredible. I mean, there's so much question now popping into my head. So first thing that kind of is standing out, as you said, that you felt you were done. You needed change, yet you were not making the change because you were afraid of being in a position, not having your stable income, the safety, yet you created this, right? So I just find this absolutely fascinating how we're sourcing situations, how we're sourcing, generating, or creating our own reality on our ways of being. So it wasn't in your head, it was in your being. You got yourself to the point where you just crumbled. And because this is what it says, and this is really what happens, right? What we resist persists, right? And you were so afraid that you were gonna not have the income and not the stability, yet this is exactly what happened. This is incredible that actually it was a blessing in a way for you, right? So you got, and you are on this path now. So what do you do now exactly? How do you help your clients?
So I help my clients by finding their own inner guidance and finding the truth in themselves, so they can be on that right path and not go where I went, continuing in the wrong direction for so long that they wear themselves out. So I help them to find that inner guide, that how the true you that you are deep inside, and empowering them with the tools so they can really lean back and enjoy life, so they can feel that clarity and that certainty and have that direction going for them.
No, I loved it. I mean, this resonates with me so much because I wasn't in the military at all, but I was in these feelings of keep going with something because it's safe, it's obvious, it's something even though you're supposed to be gone. And yet very similarly, I felt so lost of what else I can actually do. I've been doing this for 7 years and I was good at it and I really loved a part of it, but I needed to move on as well. But it was exactly this. I feel like I wish I had met you at that time where, yes, I was also just so lost. And I feel like I didn't know the true me, the girl in me, and what she really wanted, what she really enjoyed it. And that's where my personal development journey started.
And I see this with so many people, by the way, that especially with women, but with men as well, that they are there to serve others. They are there to do well at work, and they're giving, so much of their time and energy to work and to family and to everybody around them. And suddenly they go boom, they wake up and just realize they're not taking care of themselves. So they're in,
who am I?
And then we kind of, to leap from there and to do something else, we're in a kind of an artificial comfort zone, because it's like a comfort zone only because it's familiar, but it hurts you. Like you said, it hurt you, but you were still there. So for me as well, I was in my comfort zone, having this job in the military that provided me money, but it wasn't actually very comfortable. I just was so afraid to take the leap out in, I didn't know what to do. But I finally did it. I actually quit without knowing, what else to do. And I just took 1 week at a time and started to follow my heart, started to be, honest with what I wanted. But I had also gone, so even though I was definitely it was right for me to go into the military, I should have left the military after maybe 5 or 10 years, not after 16.
Yeah, that is so powerful. And I'm sure that there are so many people who can resonate with this, just going. And especially the pleasure, kind of following the status quo, right? What we're supposed to do and what people expect us to do. And I feel, and this is where I was, that I actually thought that was mine. I was going, or I was wanting something. And at that time, I really believed that it was mine. And as I started to unpeel the layers, really putting the pieces of me back together, I was just no, I actually don't want that. And I don't want that. And I don't like doing that.
Did you have, because I had the same thing going on and that was actually halfway through my military career, where I realized what would I do if I was alone in the world and nothing would, I didn't do it because it was a smart thing to do, or it would get me somewhere at work or in my career or something. But if it was just something for my own wellness or happiness or whatever, what would I do? And I was totally blank. I couldn't come to think of anything. Is it your same thing, that you just didn't know because you had been serving others and doing the smart choices. So
Yeah, I was doing what I was supposed to do.
Yeah.
Right. What I should do. That's kind of at that time. That's how I felt. I should do this. I should.
Yeah.
I was, because I feel like I should all over. So it was. Yeah, it was very similar than just to start. What is it that I actually really love? What sparks the joy in me? And then as I started to really connect with myself and with those things, I started to realize, man, I didn't feel like that for a very long time. And I don't even remember the last time when I had felt like this, which was like an alarm, ding, 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 wake up, let's do something about it. And it was the moment for me where I reached out to a coach where my friend kept telling me 2 years about her, call her, she's going to help you. And I had full of excuses, like I don't have time, I don't have money, I don't have this. Yet I was traveling for like 5 times a year on a level trips here and there, right? But it got to the point where I just felt like I can't do it as alone. And I just picked up the phone and like, she told me about you. I think I get to work with you. And I didn't know anything. But I trusted my friend. I'm grateful that she was standing there for me like 2 years. Like anytime I just call her. And sometimes I felt like, just leave me alone kind of thing. But I am so, so, so grateful, because that was really the missing link. And then actually, thanks to doing the work I did with her, got me to the point where I could actually meet you in a different transformative program, our leadership program, which we were doing together for 4 months, which I am, oh my God.
It was amazing. I mean, we both have done a lot of like personal development and courses and a lot of, I've done so much leadership as well. But this was totally different. It was amazing. It was what I had imagined
right
possible.
now.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because often people think like this is just another program. So tell me, Anne, what was the different thing? Why is this program different to anything else? What was different for you?
Okay, so I think I should say first, like as a coach, I also get coaching. So you think as a coach that you suddenly have everything figured out and you're just on this pink cloud, which is not the case for anyone in the world. So all good coaches also have coaching. And I had come to a point where I couldn't find a coach. So for a couple of years, I didn't have a coach and I was like searching for a new coach. I felt in that period that I kind of fell a little bit off my own personal development, because I've always seen like whether it's relationship or work, when you do personal development on the side, you always get like one step further and one step further. But the moment you take away the personal development, you kind of stop with career and
start falling asleep.
For relationships as well. So those are like twins that are linked and they belong together. That's how I see it. So when I started this program, so what made me go into this program was that I had felt stuck in life for a while, even as a coach, and to the point where I didn't feel like coaching anymore, because I felt like, I'm not moving on. And so I did some coaching, but you get all these like ideas in your head, and you feel like suddenly I didn't feel good enough as a coach. And then I was like, okay, I need to find something, but it's going to resonate with me. And I hadn't found that. But when I went into this course, it really was something that resonated with me. When I read about it and heard about it, I just had a gut feeling that this is what I'm looking for, because I wanted something that was one step ahead of the other courses, or something better, because I've done so much of the coaching and the courses already. And the difference with this one is, I think, like the close like following up that is happening all through the course, and that it's a course and it's coaching both in one over like a couple of months, which make you really see things in a totally different way. You are seen in a totally different way. There are so many who sees you and can either like support you or give you feedback or encourage you. And I've never ever experienced that in my life, anything close to that. So yeah, it's like coaching on steroids when you go like so it just brings forward, you know, a lot of things in me. So I could see I had a lot more clarity on my strong sides, my genius sides, what I was good at. I had a very good impression of what I wasn't that good at. So I was like, whoops, I haven't seen that in all these years. Like, oh my God, so this is actually leading into all these situations in my life that I don't want. All these situations that I didn't want in relationships and with family and in my business. And I didn't see that it was these things in me that created that because I felt I was doing everything right, but still there was some lack of connection, some lack of authenticity that I was allowed to bring forward in me that wasn't there, you know. So yeah, so having this kind of coaching was just, yeah, it's like coaching on steroids. It just gets
First time I'm
absolutely
hearing this,
best.
but I love it. It's so true. Yeah, no, I love your story, because in a way it's very similar. And I would like to just feed what you've said, that coaches need coaches, or coaches need to be coached, because this is so powerful, because we don't know what we don't know, we don't see what we don't see. And it just brought me to this. I was part of a challenge a little while ago, and it was actually James Malinchak who was sharing his story of when he met Anthony Hopkins, the actor Anthony Hopkins. And he got very nervous, right? He was like, what am I going to ask this man? And I don't know exactly what was the question, but it was something along the lines whether he has coaching, or how is he, where he is, something along those lines. And when you think of Anthony Hopkins, like, who is like incredible, like incredibly experienced actor in so many different, he's got it together, right? He's like one of the most known actors, right? But really, he himself till now, he's got 7 coaches. Wow. Because it's one for his voice. It's a voice when he's in a theater, when he's outside, when he's there. So he got there because he still have 7 coaches. And you think, and this is just to say that you think you might have it together. Yeah. It's like, I'm good, I'm leading myself, but honestly, there is always next level. And of course, it depends on people, right? Maybe some people are just quite happy with what it is, where it is. But there is always the next level, right? And it just depends really on people, what they want out of their life. But I was so inspired and so humbled really to hear this, that just saying that, like, I'm here with all these, awards and everything because of the people. And yet, even at this level of success, he's still working with 7 coaches on diet, like the whole well-being, right? And it was so powerful that, yes, of course you got lost. Of course you got demotivated, because you don't know what you don't know. You don't see what you don't see. You don't see your own blind spot unless someone tells you, and depends how receptive you are and ready to receive, right?
And I think this is interesting. So I'm just going to shoot in one small thing, because I think most of us, at least me before, and I know a lot of the people I know as well, think that we have to figure everything out ourselves. We think we have to like go through this life and finding everything out ourselves, or yeah.
Same here. Like, I should know everything. Why should I ask for help? I should know, because I had the belief, like, if I ask for help, if I should, I'm weak, I don't know enough, and I still get to prove something. That was me before as well. So so my story actually for joining this leadership has been very similar. I've done all sorts of courses, because I'm the person who likes to buy the courses, and so it's going to be this one, it's going to be this one, and I barely finished any before, like just a few of them, but it was the next course, a little bit of imposter, right? And what really stood out for me, it was investment for 4 months. It wasn't a course that I do over the weekend, like a crush limiting belief course or something. That was like, this is a 4 months, it's a consistency. which was a thing for me, like consistency. And it was okay. You get to shed, you get to figure out, you get to get clear, you get to shed all those limiting beliefs and the things, the stories you've been told, and you learned and you believed throughout your life, and you allowed them to lead you, right?
Yeah.
And then having the part where you literally practice your new ways of being, where you get, as you said, where you get the coaching daily, like daily. You have literally arm of people, and it was something I was so grateful for. Literally this army of people behind you. If you fall down,
did you know that before you joined?
No, I didn't know that.
Me neither.
I didn't know. Actually, before we continue, I want to just say we are not affiliate with this program. We're not getting any out of it. We're just sharing it because that's how transformative the work is. I think so just to say that we're not promoting anything for them. Yeah, it's just purely to share this with the world.
Can I be honest with one thing? Because like I really, if I could choose, I would want every person in the world to do this course, this coaching. So there
would be no war,
because it
no
really
war, changes. No divorce.
Yeah, because it really changes something in you that I think, because I think it's Gandhi who says that if you want to change the world, you have to start with yourself.
My favorite quote.
Yeah, and this course is it. I feel this course is the ultimate way of seeing that. So it's absolutely something that will change how we all are as human beings together, how we develop this world, how we are in this world, how we create in this world, how we are connected and loving to each other, how we are supporting each other, how we stick together as family and as community. It's just so much beauty and so much love and so much hope when going through this course. Yeah,
and oh my gosh, everything you selected to that. And I mean, there's so much I got out of it, like so much. Like, you know, sometimes you just feel you get to do something, even though with your head and logically it doesn't make sense, and it's probably the worst when you think about it. Like when I joined, I didn't know how I was gonna pay for it. I had some savings, something, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna make this work. Like I just feel it in every single cell in my body. I get to be there, and I don't know what it is, like deeply. I just feel it. And it was, I think, one of the few moments where I truly listened to my intuition, and I am so grateful because I mean, what has changed, like where I was before, even doing so much of personal work, and I've come such a long way, like understanding that I am the creator and no one is to blame, yet you still kind of go through the victim. Unless you literally get someone, it's so easy to get into the victim mode, like this happens for me, and why is this always happening to me? And when there is an argument where there is some tension, like you're looking outwards, right? What they doing? Why did they say it? So being able to stand in 100% responsibility, seeing situation as neutral situations, and being able to say, okay, how am I contributing to this? Rather than putting, you did this, you said that, and that's why I feel like that.
Everybody else,
apologize and I get to be right, or something like that. Oh my gosh, this is so freeing. This is one of the things. But I know I was in a place where I was on a roller coaster emotionally, like I just feel, and I just felt everything. When I was happy, I was happy. When I was excited, but when I was low, I was low. And it was exhausting, you know, right between this masculine and feminine, like you're going, and I would just feel everything. And it was literally, it truly is that, I mean, I had big dreams and I had big visions, yet I barely did most of them because it was always an emotion that stopped us or stopped me. It was always the fear, or it's not good enough thought, or procrastination. But those are just results of the internal state, right? Procrastination is really worthless. and it's been incredibly educational. Even for coaches, I mean, this is another level, like literally another level. But really embracing the distinctions of leadership, like getting the mindset of, it's not about the mechanisms. That's where I always got stuck. It's how I'm going to do it, and I'm going to do it, and what are the steps, the do, but it's 100% intention, right? It's not mechanisms. Being in a place, like in the belief, like 100% possible, 100% of the time. What is the intention? Like has truly changed how I show up. And lastly, the biggest, I mean, there was so many things, but one of the biggest thing was just the ability to connect with people, because I truly believe that happiness and success, let's say, of fulfillment in life really equals your connections in your life. We are primed for connection from, ever. And if we don't have relationships, truly meaningful, connected relationships, it won't work. And how we do one thing, we do everything, right? So how I show up at home, that's how I show up in business. How I show up in business, that's how I show up at home and everywhere else. Mm-hmm. So being able to understand through different conversations and everything, okay, this person operates this way and this way probably, and you are able to meet them where they are at without you needing to be right or something. You just flex yourself into you meet people that, oh my God, this is so freaking incredible and powerful. And I mean, there is so much.
I feel like there's a big shift where you have gone from where you go from life is happening to me, that I am creating my life. Yeah, so even though, like both of us have been through that in our coaching before, but it's still in this program gave me a whole new level on this.
Yes, because it's been the question for 4 months, whatever is happening in your life, whatever, this doesn't work, this person, this situation, how did you source that?
Yeah.
What's happening internally?
Yeah.
Whatever. There was a tension between my parents and I wanted to fix it. And I was like, okay, how am I contributing? Where I feel the pressure, and I was just so disconnected with myself. The second I kind of grounded myself and I become more connected, their energy eased and we could connect. Like, it's incredible. It's truly incredible.
Mm.
I mean, I could talk hours about this one. So, Anne, we're going to wrap this up. Is there any message you would like to leave our listeners with?
Okay, so, since we're talking about mindset and talking about leadership and also talking about this, coaching or how to step into your better version of yourself to have more self-wellness. So I think that for everyone to say hey, if there's something that you're not happy with in your life or there's something you want to improve, be honest with yourself, because sometimes we settle for less than we could have and than we could do just because we think it's not possible. But this is just about mindset. There are millions of examples in the world of people who has had a bad childhood or no job or no education, and they have still taken themselves to exactly where they want to be financially and in their career and with relationships and with their own happiness. So that starting to change that around and just knowing that we are all supposed to be happy and be led by that happiness in us, because sometimes we think we have to do this and it's hard and it's difficult, but that's just how life is. And that was a big shift for me when I realized no, we're actually supposed to be happy. We can have that happiness. We get to have that happiness and we can be guided by that happiness. And that is our best guide. So there is a happy life for everyone. And having support to find that just turns everything around. And that gives the ripple effect. When we are happy, we ripple out happiness to the people around us, right?
No, I love that. I mean, you said everything really what I'm feeling. And it is, right, really understanding and being in a position of 100% responsible. everything that's happening in my life, like, is there for me, and how did I source that? And then yet situation happens that they are very unwelcome situation and like traumatic situations, but it's still how being in the like responsibility of how are you relating to the experience, how are you relating to it, how are you identify with the experiences that happen in life. And truly, I mean, we don't know what we don't know, and having this army of incredible people who, just because everyone is just there to win, having this mindset, in order for me to win, you get to lose. Like, there is space for everybody, and I mean, it's incredible. So just open yourself to possibilities. Anything is possible, like 100% of the time, and it's all about the intention. That's really, I think, the end of my speech. Because it is, just open yourself up to what can be possible, and it can be different. And if, I mean, this resonates with you at all, and you would be interested just to learn more about this program, as I said, we honestly having no commissions or anything out of it. This is purely because it truly changed my life, Anne's life, and other 150 people that they've been with us in the program. I've seen incredible changes and transformation. Marriages were saved. I mean, people started businesses that they just dreamed, like, or they didn't even see it would be possible. Well, I am one of the things.
Found back to the love and connection in their relationships. I saw some beautiful examples of that as well, where people were just like waking up and like, wow, I need to take care of my family and my relationships. Absolutely.
So if you resonate with it, you want to learn more, just contact us. We can chat and we can just see if this is something for you. I mean, it is for every single person on earth, literally. So it definitely will support you in whatever situation you're in. But just let's leave it here. And thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you, Anne, for joining us on the Connected Conversation series, and we get to speak soon again.
Thank you so much, Martina, for having me. And maybe we should post a link in the below, so where they can reach us if they want to ask more about the leadership course or anything.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wish you all a wonderful day.
Bye.